So way back in the early days of the internet, there was this one idea that totally flipped marketing upside down. It wasn't about having bigger ad budgets or anything like that. It was about creating ideas so contagious they just spread all on their own. We're going to dive into this thing Seth Godin called an Ideavirus, and it's the concept that explains how the right idea can become our most powerful marketing tool ever. So that begs the question, right? How does that even happen? How does something go from being completely unknown to suddenly being the thing everyone is talking about, almost overnight? And wow, this really puts it into perspective. To get 50 million users, it took radio 38 years. Hotmail did it in one. I mean, look at that growth curve for Hotmail. It's basically a straight line up. This isn't just a small improvement. We're talking about a completely different phenomenon. And to really get why this was such a huge deal, we got to look back at how marketing used to work. See, for the longest time, marketing just couldn't move that fast. It was all built on brute force. It was super expensive, not very efficient, and it was all built on this one simple and, well, kind of flawed idea. And that big idea, it was interruption. The whole goal was just to, smash through whatever you were doing and grab your attention whether you liked it or not. We've all been there, right? The TV commercial that cuts in right at the best part of the movie, or that telemarketer who calls right as you're sitting down for dinner. Yeah, the whole strategy was built on being totally unexpected, completely impersonal, and honestly, pretty irrelevant to you. It was just a numbers game, plain and simple. You just shout your message at as many people as possible and hope a tiny, tiny fraction of them actually listen and maybe buy something. So this was the model, a total one-way street. You had the advertiser at the top of this funnel, just pushing their message down to this big, disconnected crowd. All the communication was top-down, and the company was in complete control. But, that control, it was already starting to disappear. And like Seth Godin says here, that old model, it's on its last legs. Because let's be real, we, the consumers, we have all the power now. We can ignore ads, we can block them, we can just tune everything out. We have way too many choices and way too little time to put up with being interrupted anymore. So, what's the alternative? Okay, and this is where it all flips. The alternative isn't just some clever new marketing trick. No, it's a whole new way of thinking. It's about building your entire effort around one central idea. An idea so powerful, it takes on a life of its own. It's called an Ideavirus, and the most important word in this whole definition is choose. This isn't about forcing your message on people. It's about creating something so useful, so interesting, so amazing that people just can't help but share it. Your customers literally become your marketing department, and they do it willingly. Okay, so now look at this model and compare it to that old funnel we saw. Where's the advertiser? They're not at the top anymore. Instead, they just plant the seed, the idea, with a few key people. And from there, the consumers, they start talking directly to each other. The marketer's job isn't to yell anymore. It's to be a gardener, to nurture the idea. This right here is the big shift. You stop trying to market at people, and you start creating a space where they can market to each other. You're not interrupting them, you're empowering them. You're giving them a story that's worth telling. All right, so the concept makes sense, right? But how do you actually make one of these things happen? What are the mechanics behind it? Well, according to Godin, you need 3 key ingredients to make an idea truly contagious. First up, you need what he calls sneezers. Now, these aren't just any old customers. These are the experts, the trusted sources, the really connected people in any given group. Think about the food blogger who tries a new restaurant, or the tech reviewer who gets their hands on a new phone. These are the people everyone else listens to, and getting them on board is step number 1. Okay, ingredient number 2, velocity. Think about it. Ideas don't last forever. They have a really short shelf life. If your idea spreads too slowly, it's just going to fizzle out before it ever really gets going. So you have to shrink the time it takes for someone to see the idea and then immediately pass it on. And that leads us right to smoothness. How easy is it to spread? Is it totally frictionless? And Hotmail is just the perfect example of this. Just by using the product, sending an email, you are automatically marketing it to somebody else with that little signature at the bottom. The product was the advertisement. I mean, that's just genius. So you can see this whole Ideavirus thing. It's not just a cute marketing trick. It's actually happening because of a huge shift in our economy. In a world where we have basically infinite choices, the way we figure out what's valuable has completely changed. Let me ask you a question. Why is the Mona Lisa the most famous painting in the world? Is it really objectively like a million times better than every other painting in that museum? Probably not, right? It's famous, well, because it's famous. And there's actually a law for that. It's called Zipf's law. And basically what it says is that whatever is number one in any category, a song, a website, a painting, it's going to be way, way more popular than number two. And number two is way more popular than number three, and so on down the line. It's a winner-take-almost-all situation. And this graph, man, it shows you just how extreme this is. It's not a gentle little slope. It's a cliff. The winner doesn't just take all, they take almost all. So in this world of endless choices, we tend to flock to that number one option. And an Ideavirus? That's the rocket fuel. That's what can get you to that number one spot. So what does this all mean? It means the whole economy has shifted. For centuries, we made food. Then we built factories and made stuff. But now, in this winner-take-almost-all world, the most valuable thing you can make isn't physical at all. It's an idea. And that brings us right back around to the main point here. That old model of shouting at people, it's done. It's over. The future belongs to the people who can create ideas so good, so powerful, that their own customers turn into their biggest fans and do the marketing for them. So, I'll leave you with a final thought. Think about it. What's the last thing, a product, a TV show, anything, that you just had to tell your friends about? Yeah, chances are you were just caught in an idea virus, and you didn't even realize it.